Good morning. Good Monday morning. Oh, I didn't do the Monday trailer today, did I? I kind of had done that every Monday for a few weeks. Well, let's see if I can get an audio confirmation here. Yeah, there it is. I hear you, Doug. I hear you. So turn on desktop audio. So SpeakerBot can be hoid. And I owe you an explanation for Saturday. But first, we'll go through a couple other things. Channel comments. One channel comment, Jasper Loreno. Got hold of my channel page video. That's where I had the 5 Dougs.
Yes, you do.
Thank you, Ken. Yeah, I had the 5 Dougs telling about the different flavors of shows that I was doing back then. Man, that is so old. It is not current. Jasper, what we're doing these days is myself in the chat room. We're here 6 days a week, wanting to give people ideas or help or answers to questions and troubles that they're having with Windows-based computers. We're here live 6 days a week, Monday through Friday for half an hour, Saturdays for 2 hours, and on Saturdays includes Zoom. I invite you to come by. I am going to give Jasper, after the show, I'll give Jasper a link to this point in the video. Then I'm going to come over here to an email from Tim Sal. Oops, I got to go turn off SpeakerBot repeats, so those messages don't keep coming up again and again and again. Email from Tim Sal. I won't read it all the way through, but let's see, skip through a little bit. He's watching this last Saturday show. This email came in like Thursday, I think it was. And he gets into a bit here where he's saying it's 3 service calls to take care of because their machines don't have the TPM 2.1. I believe it's Windows for Windows 11 compatibility, or the processors are too old. He's not sure what's going on with those computers. He's kind of curious where I go with this and which one is my favorite.
Blurry.
I think there he's talking about, okay, I'll fix the blurry. I think there he's talking about, when I was talking about buying these B-Link computers, very inexpensive, and see how they do for clients installation, where over this last weekend, I have one in play right now, one of those $175 computers with my client's full image and the drivers in place to see
Windows
how that
Daily
goes.
almost every day. Today, yes.
Yes, thank you, Zivi. And okay, so I'm going to punch back over here and see what's going on with the blurry. You're telling me that that's blurry. Let's see if that fixes it. Is there any other blurs there? I'm looking through to see if there's any other blurs turned on. So that should have fixed it. Thanks for letting me know. He's already been booked to take care of a computer of a famous performer here in Fresno, California, which I will not say in the email, not going to say her name, to back up all her stuff and transfer to the new machine. I already recommended it to her and bought her a nice machine. Nice machine. Good machine. Nice machine. Which is kind of nice. And I'm going to be her new IT guy. Her old one moved to Tennessee, and she recognizes me from a lot of other friends that I know, and she knows. She trusts me, so she's giving me a first-time go-around. I suspect the closer we get to 2025, October 1st, I may be getting, no, October, I may be getting more calls, because it's October 14th, when, I think if I'm saying that right. And I saw Tim in chat. I don't know if he's still here. Sometimes he pops in and says hello while he's at work and doesn't actually follow the show live and in color. So that's going on with Tim. And then, so I think it's time. I'll go say hello in chat. Bring chat up. Then I'll give you the scoop about Saturday and my weekend. Dennis put in a link to a premiere he's got today in Fortnite. Carl J, hello. Martin Hogg, enjoying Phil Collins, but Miss Gorilla in the Air tonight. Now, I didn't know what that was, so I just did a copy of that and pasted that into Google search. And Martin, I think you might have inspired me to do a new trailer. Maybe. There's Tim Sal with a good morning. John Williams, great tune. Phil Collins has a great voice. We've seen him in concert here in Madison. It was Genesis and U2 the same night. Do I dare say, I just enjoy Phil Collins so much because he just comes out, this is who I am. No big deal dress, no big deal. I don't know if he does pyrotechnics and that kind of stuff, but he's just got this great voice. Mike Wojcik, hello, Wintermute, Rick Lakes. People saying hellos to each other. Seldom Ball with the weather report. Randy Israel, Wintermute. Greg M, what do we got here? FYI for your information. I know that acronym. How to block Windows 11 from encrypting drives during installation. A clean installation may enable BitLocker drive. Well, it does it partially enables it unless you start up Windows 11 with a Microsoft account. Then I think it does a full encryption. I haven't tested that, but it does do a partial encryption, and it's wanting you to put in your Microsoft account to complete that. BitLocker protects. Microsoft calls this device encryption. It calls it device encryption on the Windows Home. Full BitLocker, I believe, is there for Windows Pro. Problem is, since its encryption process happens automatically in this case, users may not be aware of it. Absolutely, that is a problem. Objectionable, highly objectionable. This can lead to issues, for instance, when reinstalling the operating system without saving the BitLocker recovery key or Microsoft account. I haven't tested that, whether that partial encryption will actually present those problems. Thankfully, there are ways to block during installation. This speeds up the setup process, but also gives user less controls. Open registry editor, regedit. Are they doing this? Oh, they're doing this during the installation with probably Shift F10. Yeah, Shift F10 to open a command prompt, regedit, open the registry, disable automatic encryption using BitLocker. Messing with registry during installation. Right-click BitLocker, new D-word value. Yeah, and this will be turning it off. What I do is I just go ahead and let it install. Then it's part of my checklist to go disable or turn off BitLocker encryption. But interesting. And of course, manipulate your ISO image so you're always installing from an installation media that already disables it by doing this using Rufus to create your installation
Disable TPM
media.
in BIOS and use a local account? No encryption?
Local account, no, the encryption still happens. I don't know. Well, with disable TPM in BIOS, will that prevent the encryption? Interesting. Ran Israel. There's so many variations. I don't know them all. Let's see, let's get down here. Disable TPM in BIOS and use a local account. And it does not do the partial encryption. Okay. I will buy that. I'll accept that. But it's another hoop to jump through. Thank you very much, Microsoft. John Williams, yes, you do, for whatever that was back then. Rick Lakes, Selden Ball, Jeff Ryman, Brand Israel.
For a clean install, not OOB of pre-installed, a local account will not enable encryption.
For a clean install, not out-of-box experience of pre-installed. Okay, clean install from a USB that you have not manipulated. You have not manipulated to prevent the encryption. A local account will not enable encryption. Not OOBE. Okay, yeah, I can't say that I've tested that. BitLocker is pro only. Look for device encryption. Yeah, the device encryption on the home version of the operating systems, which is still based on BitLocker, but it doesn't do the full thing. It won't do encryption of external drives, and there's some other differences. It's different almost every day. 6 days a week. Almost sometimes 6 days a week. Not always, because Saturday, didn't do Saturday. Oh, there was a Victor. I didn't notice it. Victor happened. Victor happens. The word BitLocker doesn't even appear when searching settings on Windows 11 home machine, but there are some screens where you can still see the word BitLocker even on the home version, but not searching settings. For a clean install, yeah, looked at that already, looked at that. Dennis has home and pro machines. Okay, now, Saturday. What happened Saturday? Doug, what happened Saturday? Well, I was going to bring up my time slip for Saturday. I'm not going to show the time slip because that's just not needed. I'd have to do some blurring for that. I think it was like 7:30 or so. I went to my client's office. This office, every other Saturday, I go there to swap backup drives. But this is the office that I was going to install that $175 B-Link computer that you've seen me preparing to put that in service. And that client said he was going to be there on Sunday to work with it and try it out. Let's see, which one of these? Sunday would, no, Saturday, 5/4. I need the time slip for May the 4th be with you. I heard you can try to use that, and they just didn't react to it. Or May the 4th be with you. Joke. Yeah, 7:34 is when my time slip started. 7:34 to 10:16. I left there at 10:16. Got home close to 10:30. The show was scheduled for 11 a.m. On the drive home, I was debating, am I going to do the show or not? At that point, the troubles that I had at that office that morning were not all resolved. I had a full plate outside of doing the show on Saturday and had already felt a bit stressed. I had not yet cleaned up to make myself presentable. I was in my grubbies because I just rolled out of bed and went over, had a cup of coffee and then went over there. My computers weren't ready to go for the show. I wanted to take a shower. I hadn't eaten anything yet. Doing a 2-hour show starting at 11. I just, no, I don't want to do this. So here's what happened. I got there to swap the drives, the external backup drives. That part went okay, but I also swapped mirrored drives on the server. This is that office where I have two servers that are, the operating systems are long out of support, so they don't get updates anymore. I'm very careful with backups. I have 3 methods of backups. I have a handy backup that does a file backup to external drives. I have MagnusBox doing external backup to drives, and I have MagnusBox doing a cloud backup. So 3 forms of backups there, plus their mirrored drives. I swap them out every other week, swap one of them out so that I have a fresh mirror copy on a drive that I keep here. So that's keeping off site. When I swapped, now usually there's nobody working there at 7:30 in the morning, but I got there and there were 2
Victor?
staff people there already. John Williams does an exclamation mark, Victor. What happened? Is there somebody attempted Victor? Victor, if Victor happened, it was imaginary because I didn't see it. I put a 1 in chat if you saw it. Yeah, there was a Ken Stout back there a while ago with an exclamation V. That should have worked. Is Victor not working? Anyway. Yeah, there were people there. Well, I had been swapping there it goes. I had been swapping these mirror drives so regularly, and it was working pretty well. And I felt pretty confident with it. So I went ahead and swapped them, and the server crashed. It did a spontaneous reboot, and I didn't even realize it for a while until on the second server, I realized that I couldn't get to the mapped drive letters of the first server. Yeah, I see Victor's working. And by the way, there is a timeout, so you've got to wait 2 minutes before you can do it again. I think it's a 2-minute timeout for a person, for an individual. So yeah, it crashed, and so when I realized it crashed, I told the one person that was using a computer that I think your computer's crashed or it's not functional for a few minutes. So anyway, I got that back up and running. I put the original drive back in, and we have a ghost. Well, it's not working, that is. Yeah, it worked. Victor worked. If you try it too frequently, it won't work. It is, Ken says it is not working, that is. English, please. Grammar. Not hearing any SpeakerBot either. Oh, you're not hearing SpeakerBot? You should be hearing SpeakerBot. Why wouldn't you be hearing SpeakerBot? Desktop audio is on. Is anyone else hearing SpeakerBot? Or Ken's the only one saying he's not hearing it. I don't hardly ever believe what Ken says anyway. Yeah, other people hear it, so it's just Ken.
SpeakerBot test.
Zvi says no. Ay, caramba. But anyway, so I got the server back up. Dennis hears it occasionally. Now, Dennis's comment was a SpeakerBot, and I did not hear it speaker. I did not hear it speak. I did not hear the one that Dennis put in that says only occasionally. Did you hear Dennis's? Okay, so I really chopped up that explanation of Saturday. Oh, but then the $175 computer, I see John's no. The $175 B-Link computer that I put in place for the client, or tried to put into place. When I went to put it in, I connected his 2 monitors and I couldn't get the second monitor working. It was only coming up on one monitor. And
no way.
They had some adapters on their cables.
No way.
I'm hearing those. So I did swapping around cables, different monitors, trying to figure out what's going on there. So anyway, I brought that computer back here. So when I came back here, deciding whether I was going to cancel the show or not, I still had that computer to resolve. I wanted to get that back in place on Saturday so that my client could test it on Sunday. So what turned out to be the solution there was, remember what I went through with the drivers on those. I had exported those drivers from the B-Link original factory image and then restored only the drivers that had exclamation marks. Well, that was a mistake. I didn't update the display driver. So I updated the display driver and the network driver and the Wi-Fi driver and sound driver because I didn't want to have troubles with those. Now, I get misunderstood and misquoted a lot. I hear myself being misquoted on Ken's show once in a while or mischaracterized. So let me rephrase or restate my intention regarding this business about exporting drivers and restoring an image from the old computer to these new B-Link
Now it is
computers.
working. Well, it is kind of working.
I don't intend to do that on all of the computers in this office. The only reason why I'm doing that with this particular managing partner, he's an attorney, he's a partner in this law firm, and I took an image of his current computer, restored it to this computer, so I don't have to go through all the configurations, and so I imported the drivers that came from B-Link, and if this works, then the potential for this office is to replace all their existing computers with the mini computers, maybe the B-Link, but with original fresh installs of Windows. And what I would do is configure one of them with all the settings, all the software that I want, use that profile, DefProf that we looked at recently to make the current profile, the default profile, so any further user accounts that I create on a particular computer will inherit as much as possible the settings that I want to have. Then once I have a full master image for a particular make and model computer, I want all of the computers in that office to be standardized on one model computer so I can restore images. Then moving forward, when I create a new user profile on any particular computer, there'll be far less work to do to bring it up to speed. So I want to be clear, it is not my intention to use this method of doing an image backup of their existing computers, restore that to a mini computer, and then do all the driver futzing. No, that's just for a prototyping basis to see if that computer will work. Because if it will work with a restored image from the original computers, then it has to work better with a fresh install of Windows. So make that clear. Wait a minute. How is it? How is the what? What is Doug moaning about now? I was just looking to see how close I am to ending the show. And I see down here in the bottom right corner where the clock is that I'm only 3 minutes into the show. It feels like I've been talking a lot longer than 3 minutes. See there down there in the bottom right corner where it says 9:03:09 a.m. I'm only 3 minutes into the show. Gosh, what am I going to do for the next 26 minutes, 51 seconds? Any day is a good day to throw Ken under the bus day. Let's see. There's a Victor. Did that one happen? I didn't see it happen. Murphy's Law is working on Saturday. Still working today. Still hard at work today. Before the show, I started setting up Big Beast for the things that I need to have open, and I didn't have a lot open. I said, you know what, how long has it been since I've restarted? And I checked in,
Yes, affirmative.
Selden says it worked. Saw the Victor. All right, I just wasn't looking. Yeah, so I went into Task Manager and Performance and CPU to see how long it's been since I restarted Big Beast Build. It was like 19 days. I said, yeah, we're due for a restart. So I went to restart it. It failed to restart. Would not restart. And it turned out the reason for that, you know what? I took a picture of the reason. In fact, I have another glitch this morning that I've got a picture in here to show you. Let's see, where is this at? Don't I have a picture? Where is it? Is it not uploaded yet? Well, it wouldn't restart, and it told me there's some things it couldn't shut down. It couldn't shut down Outlook. I don't use Outlook. And then there's another thing it couldn't shut down. I didn't recognize right away what it was, but it was the Sandbox, Microsoft Sandbox. Sandbox is a virtual computer that comes with a Microsoft operating system. You don't have to install any extra software to run it, but you can't save its state. Well, I had opened it a long time ago. Oh, here it is. I do have a picture. This icon here, and I didn't recognize right away what that was, but that's the Sandbox. I had launched that a couple weeks ago, and it's been open all this time. So then I came back and I tried to close it. It wouldn't close. I tried to find it in Task Manager. Let's see, what's the next picture? There was another, where is this? Yeah, here. So then I was trying again to restart the computer, to give a command to restart. What's missing on this screen? Do you see what's missing on this screen? Make that picture bigger. Now look here. I'm clicking on this double-headed arrow. That should make it full screen. Oh, Google Chrome just stopped responding. Great. But there's no power button here. I don't know how much crashed right now. Am I still streaming or not? I don't know. Did we just crash? Yeah, the power button was missing. from the Windows start button. So, and then I tried going to Control Alt Delete. I tried in Task Manager. What did I wind up doing? I don't know what I wound up doing. Google Chrome crashed. So now I'm trying to relaunch Google Chrome, and I click down here and nothing's happening. I should just hang it up. Look at these little things. What are these little things? I think you're seeing these. Give me an exclamation mark Y if I'm still streaming and you see me pointing to these different
At Wintermute says
things.
still streaming.
Still streaming. Thank you. Maybe do a clean install. Yeah, because you know Doug likes doing that. So
Yes, affirmative.
Well, what is it?
Yes, affirmative.
These aren't even showing thumbnails.
Yes, affirmative.
All right.
Yes,
thank
affirmative.
You. I got it.
Yes, affirmative.
By the time you hear me ask for the yes affirmative, and by the time I hear it, I'm still getting there. People don't realize that I've heard it already because there's that time lag. I can't go to any of these. Can I close these? It will not open. I can't go back. I can't get back. What time is it actually? Does anyone know what time it is? It's 9:26 according to Baby Beast. I wonder if I can bring up that iCloud because there's more stuff going wrong. I'm really, this days like today and over the weekend, I suppose I could say, makes me wonder, are they hiring bus drivers? In fact, my neighbor is a newly minted bus driver, and he told me, yes, they are hiring. So I could go get a job as a bus driver once I decide that I've had enough of this. Okay, so I'm bringing up my iCloud on Baby Beast, and we'll see if I can switch over to that. Because there's another problem that I had. Yeah, so I was working with Fab's Auto Backup.
Walmart greeter.
I had a Walmart greeter, okay. I had this happen over the weekend, and I had it happen again this morning. When I launched Fab's Auto Backup, in the version that I have stored on my installation media, I'll call it, is a bit outdated. So I clicked to update it. So here's where you can see select files to update. It intends to update all these files. I will call them back. Let's see, that is a video, 51 seconds. I'm not going to play that video. I'm going to right arrow to the next picture and make this big and use F11 to make it full screen. And then try to see if you can see this area over here.
Ashley, furniture store salesman.
All these failed messages. Now, I didn't even notice when this occurred to me over the weekend, these failed messages, because what happens next, is this. Here, it says this app can't run on your PC. And when I first saw that, I didn't realize that the update failed. So Fab's Auto Backup updates is totally crashing. The program won't work at all. If I copy back my obsolete version, it'll run. But I had a problem over the weekend where when I ran it, all it did, and the only thing that was worthwhile at all, was copying the documents folder and the pictures folder and desktop icons. Did not copy over the browser bookmarks, browser favorites, browser passwords.
That X file has 0 bytes.
Didn't do anything. Yeah, that's exactly it. This executable file that can't run has 0 size, and I only noticed that this morning. What build of Windows 11 is Big Beast build? Oh, by the way, that Auto Backup was not trying to run on Baby Beast or Big Beast. That was a picture from this B-Link computer. Now, the one over the weekend where I had the same thing happen was an HP tower computer, kind of like this one, but not this one. Oh, Ran Israel wants to know what version of Windows 11 Big Beast build is. Well, if Windows key R would work, I would tell you that, but it doesn't work. It doesn't want to. You know what? This is actually
The clock
reason
is wrong
why
on this
I
comp.
don't restart very often. Yeah, clock is wrong on Big Beast build. I pointed that out earlier. Baby Beast has a correct clock. You can see in the bottom right corner.
It's Monday. What did you expect?
Control Shift Escape. Let's see if Control Shift Escape on Big Beast. You're looking at Big Beast screen right now. Here's Control Shift Escape. Yes, that brought up Task Manager. I have a client I have to call back because they just called and left a message, and I have a 10 o'clock appointment, so I need to get going out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. Wow. All right, well, there's an email address if you dare send an email asking me and the chat room for ideas, answers to questions that you're having with issues with you're having with your Windows computer. Can't even talk straight. All right, have a great day, everybody. See you later.